Michelle Obama is
a graduate of Princeton and Harvard University, a record-breaking author, a two-time Grammy Award winner, lawyer with a career in the public and nonprofit sectors, an advocate for healthy families, service members and their families, higher education, international adolescent girls education, and so much more. Co-founder of a media production company which has produced award-winning and critically acclaimed content. The 44th First Lady of the United States, one of the most admired women in the world. What an icon.
Who is Michelle Obama? She's a lawyer, and just right there, you racists can shut the fuck up because she's already better and smarter than you. Do I need to keep going? Should I keep going? I'll keep going. She's also an author, and you bitches can't fucking read, so now what? Do I need to keep going? I really feel bad for you. She was the Associate Dean of Student Services at the University of Chicago, where she developed the first ever community service program at the school. And what the fuck have you developed, other than a receding fucking hairline? She launched initiatives like Let's Move that gave parents support to make sure their children were healthy. I know a president that could have benefited from that. She also launched Joining Forces to help and support service members, veterans, and their families. She launched Reach Higher to inspire young people to get a higher education. Please do so. She also co-launched Let Girls Learn, which aims to help girls around the world get an education. So as the right continues to attack black women, we need to make sure we amplify the accomplishments that black women have made and make sure the headlines that are negative don't overtake those. It just baffles me that the Obamas have been out for a long time, but the right still are obsessed with them. You'll never find a woman like Michelle Obama, you ugly bitch.
Wow, Michelle Obama really did many good things. She helped children, students, and families. You can like her or not, that is your choice, but I think we should respect hardworking people. For me, Michelle Obama is a strong and smart woman, and that is why many people admire her.
Why are MAGA so obsessed with Michelle Obama? The answer is pretty obvious, I think, to most of us, that MAGA is a movement which is predominantly white male with a low level of intelligence, a lack of education, and a complete deficit of critical thinking skills. And so studies show that men who fall into this sort of category of being deeply inadequate and having low intelligence are very aggressive and resentful towards women, and especially global majority women, because they represent everything that these individuals are not. Global majority women have had to deal with the kinds of adversity that these men have no idea of. And so they see that level of courage. But with somebody like Michelle Obama, who has achieved a level of success, she's highly intelligent, she's also very strong. That combination is absolutely terrifying to MAGA. It makes them pee their pants. And that was obvious from the ridiculous spectacle that was laid on at the White House, which was a combination of a sort of sad authoritarian birthday party meets emperor trying to distract the masses from a war which is really completely pointless and draining the resources at home. So the point remains that that kind of slur about a woman who has contributed and has made a difference in a lot of ways, which kind of are completely incomparable to the people who were at the White House last night. For her name to be degraded like that, that says a huge amount about where American politics is right now. And that should not be minimized. Whilst Michelle Obama is incredibly strong and intelligent and successful, she's still a person who has feelings and deserves a level of not just respect, but kindness. And that is something that this administration is absolutely bereft in, because they are inadequate, so deeply inadequate. And we see it, and we won't minimize it, and we will keep calling it out, and we will show our support to the strong, capable women like Michelle Obama, because their time is coming where this authoritarian circus is going to end. And I think they know it.
Wow, this video is really interesting. It shows that people still talk a lot about Michelle Obama. Some people love her and some people do not. But one thing is clear. He hard worked and achieved many things in his life. She helped children, students and families. In my opinion, it's okay. Have two different political opinion, but we should not insult people. we should respect people for their hard work and good action. For me, Michelle Obama is a strong and successful woman, and that is why many people still talk about her today.
Well, I wasn't shocked by that derogatory comment made about Michelle Obama by that raggedy UFC fighter, because I remember that the company that you keep often tells a much bigger story than the one that you tell on your own. Because what continues to happen is that Donald just happens to find himself at the intersection of despicable people who build themselves up at the expense of tearing other people down. All God-fearing Christians, by the way. Every time this happens, MAGA says it's a coincidence, but at a certain point, you can't keep blaming a coincidence on the actions of a person who chooses to put people in their circle. And purportedly, Donald Trump is the president of peace. He can end wars, he can end conflicts, he can bring people together all around the world, but he doesn't know how to unite the people living here in these alleged United States? That doesn't sound like strength to me. True strength would be you regulating your emotions, you having restraint, you building bridges instead of tearing them down. And that's why this comment about Michelle Obama doesn't surprise me at all, because the company that Donald keeps seeks to inflame rage rather than to inspire change. During one of his campaigns, a comedian called Puerto Rico a floating island of garbage. They said he had nothing to do with that. His name is all up and through the Epstein files, and people that are connected with him, they said he has nothing to do with that. His supporters stormed the Capitol on January 6th. They said he had nothing to do with that. Posted the Obamas as monkeys on his Truth Social account, and they said it was a staffer. He had nothing to do with that. Now a UFC fighter is on the White House lawn and chooses to use a derogatory remark to respond to the former First Lady? Are these coincidences? I think not. It's the company that he keeps. The good book says in 1 Corinthians, do not be deceived. Bad company corrupts good character. Instead of reaching for a middle school insult, you could have uplifted Americans. You could have encouraged Americans. You could have talked about the divisiveness in our country. You could have rebuked power. You could have shown young boys what dedication and hard work can get you, but you'd rather win the fight and still lose the moment. And if you really wanted to deliver a swift read, what you could have done is said, we're not standing far from our new $14 million reflection pool. That's a perfect symbol of Donald Trump and his administration. A swamp that's supposed to be drained, but that is more green, murky, and vile than it was before. But none of that happened because the company that Donald keeps is not coincidental, it's curated. The president himself calls half this nation scum and unworthy of decency and human respect, and these are the same people who claim to walk in the steps of Jesus. But I promise you, the cross that you wear is not the same cross that Jesus chose to bear. Some are just learning that this administration is willing to sacrifice anybody to grift and get ahead. But I suggest that you start looking at the company that they keep, because that'll give you the clear answer even when they tell you otherwise. And to the UFC fighter, the irony of you throwing that jab at Mrs. Obama is that it swung back around and knocked you out instead, because you thought calling her a man was an insult, and it was, but not for the reason that you think, but because you have just shown in real time what the worst qualities of being a man looks like.
Wow, this video is very strong and emotional. The speaker is saying that words matter and the people around us also matter. In this video, the speaker believed that the comment made about Michelle Obama was wrong and disrespectful. He says that when leaders and famous people stay close and people who spread hate and insult, it sends a message to everyone. In my opinion, it is okay to have different political view. Some people support Donald Trump and some people do not. That is democracy. But I think personal attack and rude comment do not help anyone. They only create more anger and more division. Michelle Obama is a former First Lady, a lawyer, and an author. He has worked on many projects to help child, student, and families. Even if someone decisions disagree with her politics, her work and achievements should still respect. I also agree with one part of this video. Truth strength is not about insulting people. Truth strength is staying calm, showing respect, and bring people together. Strong leaders should try to solve problems and inspire people instead to create more fights. The speaker also talked about the idea of the company you keep. This means that is the people around of can show others what you believe and what kind of person you are. I think this is an important lesson for everyone, not only for politics. In our own lives, our friends and people around us can influence our actions and character. Another important point is that words can hurt people. Public figures are famous, but they are still human beings. They also have feelings. When we make jokes about someone's appreciation or use insulting language, can create more hate of society. I believed we should decide idea, politics, and actions instead of attack someone looks for personal identity. Healthy debate is a good, but disrespect is not. At the end of the day, this video is really about respect, leadership, and responsibility. We may all have different opinion, different political belief, and different favorite lizards, but we should try to speak with kindness, listen to each other, and judge people by their actions and creators.